Lots of crashes. Again. Turn 4.
Was it 11
in Phillip
riders?
Island. 13 different accidents. Yeah, so... And that's ridiculous.
I bet you Lorenzo crashed more than once.
And I'm not sure if that's the tires or if that would be conditions. It's always tough to tell now with all these changes that have happened. What's exactly causing so many riders to go down?
Well, are they also pushing harder now? Are they getting more comfortable with the tires and the ECUs and being able to push harder, which brings them closer to the edge and creates more crashes?
That new style of riding too, like everyone's getting so low now. I'm sure that creates a lot more potential low sides.
One little gust of wind, maybe a bit of a fart, you're down.
Yeah.
With Viñales so fast this last weekend, it's interesting to note that Suzuki was one of the last teams to use their 2016 bikes at the Valencia test in fall. They spent the first couple days of testing using their 2015 bikes on Michelin tires so that they could get used to the tires. Interesting to note that seems to have worked as they are placing a lot higher.
Now Viñales tops the test.
Yes, but I know Aleix has been having a lot of problems with the bike. I'm not sure if the setup is just really working for Viñales, if he has found something in the bike that Aleix hasn't, or if he's just able to, if he's more comfortable with the bike, the way that it rides.
Well, his team manager was saying that the 2016 GSX RR has, well, the seamless gearbox is new, so that brings down their lap times. They got a completely redesigned engine, more power, better engine, and he was saying that the chassis is especially good. He was saying that they found a few different good things about it, as in they have a few different options for setting up the bike, which is awesome because that allows them to have a bike set up properly in different conditions, not just have one setup that's good for just the one condition. So I think that's going to help them a lot with being able to consistently put in good lap times and higher placing.
Yeah, that was a common theme last year. Was they just didn't have the speed, they didn't have the raw power that they needed, and a couple extra years in MotoGP, with a little more time to develop that engine and tweak it, that'll be huge for them. And they're already speeding up. And last year was really apparent with the Ducati. It could just blast them on the straights. Yamaha and Suzuki, there is no way that they could hold up to that raw power that those Ducatis have. So if they can find something to even those odds a little bit on those straights, it'll be big. It'll be huge.
Nobody could even draft the Ducatis down the straights and pass them. That's how powerful they were. Like, it looks like they have an extra 25 horsepower. It's insane.
It's crazy. Well, Honda in previous years, they had been the top bike power-wise, and they were faster than Yamaha down the straights easily. And then this Ducati comes in, and it makes those bikes look slow. It's crazy, crazy stuff.
Yes, it is. Do you think it's crazy enough to entice Lorenzo?
I think he needs the power if he wants to win again. There's no way he's going to win without having a great bike. And right now, Ducati might have the best bike on the grid. It's all the bike with Jorge. It has nothing to do with the rider. You know, Rossi gives him, at the time, the best bike on the face of the earth. And that's what he, lucked out and won the championship on. And again, he's kind of been riding a bike that isn't his. That's doing all the work for him. But it's coming to a time where these other bikes, they're improving. So now, in order for him to win, he's going to have to go to a better bike. And I think Rossi might still be able to do it on the Yamaha, just on talent alone. But that bike's really showing age.
Sorry, Rossi could win on anything.
He could. Unfortunately, he couldn't win on Ducati.
A Ducati too, hey?
Hey, but check this out. He spent those 2 years developing that bike, which is now the fastest bike on the grid.
Did he though?
So he spent 2 years developing a bike that he never won on?
Look it up. Well, yeah, he took it from nothing. And he gave the engineers some amazing feedback and experience. And he said, change this, it's unrideable, it can't corner.
But
this thing can now corner.
Did his standings improve at all throughout those entire 2 years?
takes time to
They were
develop a bike.
developing.
And after 4 years, twice the amount of time that he worked on the bikes, now we're talking about the Ducati speed.
Yeah. That's the science behind
They
it.
found it. They
After-
found it after all
they
that
found it.
heckling. From,
After
He was
Rossi
telling them-
hasn't been involved with it for 4 years.
He was telling them, guys, I'm telling you, look here, do this, do this. 4 years later, they took their heads out of their asses, looked for it, and found it.
it takes a long time to go through all that data that he gathered.
That guy
Let's put it
shits data, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and expects the engineers to eat it up. And they finally did after 4 years.
Doing this?
Rossi could ride, I was going to say moped, faster than anybody else, but that's just stupid. We're not gonna say that.
That's a little.
That's a little... Okay, so I like what you're saying, though. So you're saying Lorenzo needs to have the perfect bike to ride fast.
Right. That's exactly.
Kind of like Marquez has to have his bike that he learned on to ride fast.
Can adapt.
Can adapt. What is Rossi the best at?
Adapting.
Other than mind games and being just the best of all
Did
time.
survive.
he adapt to the Ducati bike though?
Yes. He just lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
He gained horsepower that way.
He has won on two-stroke
Ducati?
500s. He has won on 4-stroke 800s. He's won on 4-stroke 1000s. He has won on 2-stroke 250s. Lorenzo, just talking about MotoGP now, and Marquez, have won on 4-stroke 1000s. That's it. All of a sudden, we have a big change now. What's going to happen? I'm excited.
Well, didn't they win on all the smaller CC bikes too?
Yeah.
So they had to adapt to each of those bikes. Moving up.
Well, it's far different. Okay. So Marquez won on 4-stroke 250s, which is a lot closer to a 4-stroke 1000 than a 2-stroke 500 is to a 4-stroke 1000.
Growing up, and with electronic aids.
And with electronic aids.
Marquez won in Moto 2.
Yeah,
He
4-stroke
has,
600s,
yeah.
yeah.
So you're telling me that Marquez has grown up and learnt on and won on the same bikes for his life
Yeah.
in the same way that Rossi has only ever won on a Yamaha.
Different.
He hasn't.
He destroyed on Honda.
Yeah, he won with Repsol back in the day and Yamaha. What I'm getting at is a 4-stroke 250, 4-stroke 600, 4-stroke 1000, the modern day MotoGP package. The Moto 3, Moto 2, MotoGP. All handle very similarly, like the actual engine characteristics themselves are very similar. They just have more power in each stage. Very, very similar. When you're going from a 2-stroke 500 to a 4-stroke 800, which is completely different, and winning the last season with the 2-stroke 500s, which is what Rossi did, followed by winning the first season on the 800s, shows he adapted quite a bit.
At such an old age, too. He's still adapting.
Well, I mean, back then he was younger, but
Well, I mean, since the introduction of the 1000s hasn't been that long.
that's true.
Back then he was younger. We all are younger back then.
Well, no, but he said it's such an old
Back
age,
in the olden
though.
days, he was a little younger.
It just sounds kind of funny.
Does this
Yeah.
water taste sweet to you?
It
It
does.
tastes a little sweet.
It's so sweet.
Back.
The taste of victory is sweet. Which Lorenzo knows because Rossi got cheated out of this championship, right? Is that
Yeah,
how it
that's
happened?
exactly how it happened.
That's how it happened. It's fact.
He was robbed. He was.
Yeah.
I've never seen such a lack of action. He told everybody what was going to happen in the next coming up. When he was racing in Sepang, right before Sepang, he said what Mark was going to do. He told
And
everybody.
it happened.
It happened.
It
It happened.
I know. Wait, but we still have to like wrap around though.
Yeah, here.
Let's wrap around
somehow. Oh, I'm wrapping around you. Okay. If I come in like this.
But I can't wrap that way. No.
Okay.
We'll just do an Uber wrap. So like this,
Yeah.
and then wrap your wrist too.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You just. I didn't get any. I'm dry. Well, are you okay? Must be a Thursday. Thanks for joining us.
Hard to turn.